According to recent reports, Micromax replaced Samsung as the #1 smartphone vendor in the country. The company has been struggling with its service, with its policies, and with its price strategies thanks to devices like the Motorola Moto G, as well as the Xiaomi Mi 3, and under the 10,000 price bracket, the Moto E and the Redmi 1S, which is launched recently. The company is trying to come back and aggressively, and they're expected to launch the Android One device on September 15th, which will essentially take care of the under 10,000 price bracket. The new Micromax canvas Nitro A310 is expected to take on the 10,000 and above price bracket, and this is going to be our review of the Micromax canvas Nitro A310. As far as build quality and design is concerned, the new Micromax Canvas Nitro is completely made out of plastic, unlike Micromax's previous generation phones, which had aluminum unibody designs. The back of the Canvas Nitro is also almost identical to the Samsung devices that we've been seeing in the past. So the Note 3 stitching and the Note 3 sort of leather feel is on the back of the Micromax Canvas Nitro A310. However, it feels much nicer than Samsung's rendition. In fact, it's softer, much more leather-like, and also has better defined stitching, which looks sort of nice on the device, although I'm not too sure about the blue color that we have in our hand. From the front, the glass is pretty nice and clear, and due to the levels of black on the display, it almost looks like a single piece of display on the front versus there being any bezel, but there is quite a lot of prominent bezel. In the active mode, when only the clock is on and you get these 3 arrows to unlock the device, the overall look of the device looks really nice, and you'll be pretty happy with that. The device does have a form of protective glass on the front, so it should prevent scratching and damaging, but to what extent we are not sure. Since the device is completely made out of plastic, it should withstand a couple of drops without any problem. The front bezel also has a nice lip, so it will protect the glass on the front from frontal collisions and frontal flat surface drops. In terms of overall build quality and aesthetic, we feel that the device is fairly nicely placed in the under 15,000 price category, and although we've seen better designs and better overall build qualities, this one is not bad either. If we talk about specifications, on the inside is a 1.7 GHz MediaTek 6592 processor, which is actually a octa-core chipset. You have the Mali 450MP GPU, a 2500 mAh battery, 8 GB of storage, and 2 GB of RAM. On the front is a 5 megapixel fixed focus camera, so you won't find any capabilities of focusing housed above the 5-inch 1280 by 720p display. Now this is an IPS LCD panel, so it has great viewing angles and great levels of black as well. On the back is a 13 megapixel camera capable of full HD video. The first thing that you'll notice immediately when you power on the device is this new lock screen. It looks really nice, and when the clock is showing, the device looks really premium and really elegant thanks to the look and feel of this so-called lock screen. It has a great way of showing notifications, and it changes colors depending on what notifications you have. This is also customizable. Another customization that Micromax has added is the Quick Look application, which is preloaded onto the device. This basically lets you swipe from the left to get a blink feed sort of interface that is really customizable, and you can sort your feeds according to the categories that you like to read the most, and you get your news in sort of a Flipboard-esque blink feed scrollable fashion on the left of your home screen. It's fairly fast and fluid, although it is nowhere near as aesthetically pleasing or as customizable as the actual HTC Blink feed, but you sort of get that experience. The device does run Android 4.4.2 out of the box, so that is great, and you can expect an update to at least 4.4.4, if not Android LMP. As far as usage is concerned, we found the device to be fairly fast and fluid through multitasking as well as switching through applications. We found that in day-to-day use, we did not find any lag or slowdowns from the experience whatsoever. After the initial set of upgrades, video playback as well as browser capabilities were enhanced, and we had no complaints with the usage. In terms of performance as well, the device fared pretty well in terms of its competition, and it got an above 20,000 score on Antutu, which is really nice. Now, despite the 2 GB of RAM inbuilt, at any time you get only 600 to 700 MB free, which is slightly strange because it begs you to wonder where the 1.3 GB of RAM is being used. You do have an inbuilt RAM cleaning application that does free up 100 odd megabyte of RAM, which you can use to sort of clean up your device before you start playing games, etc. But it's still not enough RAM to give you that seamless or flawless experience. While gaming, we did feel that the device was lagging quite a lot. Even on medium mode on Asphalt 8, we found that there was a considerable amount of frame loss while playing that game. The camera on the back is a 13 megapixel autofocus camera that does really good focusing. You get crisp images indoors as well as outdoors, and color correction and the color reproduction is really accurate. We found the video to be really smooth as well, and it captures 1080p at 30 frames per second without any problems. The color reproduction within the video, especially outdoors, was immaculate, and we are pretty happy with the overall camera used on the back of the Micromax Canvas Nitro A310. The front camera is a fixed focus camera, so you won't find any capabilities of focusing on that, although it does detect faces immediately. You also get this gesture V shot that we've been seeing on Gionee cameras, so all you need to do is make a V with your hand and the device will click a picture. The camera is pretty bare bones, and you can download several other camera applications from the Android Google Play Store, allowing you to sort of get a better experience from the camera, especially because the camera is capable a lot more than the basic camera application preloaded. Now, the device comes with a lot of bloatware applications on there, which we try to get rid of, and they forcefully come back. There's no real way to get rid of these applications, although you still get about 5+ GB of free storage. The preloaded applications seem to bother me personally a lot, and I wish there was a way to get rid of them without rooting the device. That being said, we were able to download 3 large size games onto the inbuilt storage without any issues, so we are pretty happy with that. Device does accept a 32 GB SD card, which can be used for additional photographs, music as well as videos to be directly accessed by the phone. The phone does support OTG and does have a notification LED for those who wanted to know. As far as phone call capabilities are concerned, we found the networks to be strong indoors as well as outdoors. The device does have 21 Mbps capable 3G connection, so you can expect to get high data speeds when and where it is available. Essentially, we've not seen it cross maximum of 6 to 7 Mbps. It is a dual SIM device, so you can expect to get all the dual SIM features. You can choose which SIM you'll be sending an SMS from, as well as choose which SIM you're going to be making a phone call from, which comes pretty standard on any dual SIM device nowadays. Battery life powered by the 2500 mAh battery was pretty decent as well. We found a good 1 day's use within the device without any problems. Initially, when we started up the device and we were playing a lot with it, we found the need to recharge it almost twice a day. But eventually, after 3 to 4 days of usage, we found that battery life was normalized and we got a full day's worth of use from the Micromax Canvas Nitro, which is pretty impressive, considering that it seems that the UI has not been customized or tweaked at all. So it seems like stock Android giving you a great battery experience. Now, you can customize the Android user interface using several launchers from the Google Play Store. So in case you want to add customizations, you can do that easily, flawlessly, without any problems. We found that the device was really fluid and smooth in day-to-day use, and the fact that the display is really nice and vivid added to the overall experience of the device. The lack of more available RAM sort of hindered gaming on this device, although it is still pretty good. The Micromax Canvas Nitro A310 seems like a valid attempt from Micromax to regain the above 10,000 price bracket or their market, which they've lost out to the Mi3 as well as the Moto G, and now hopefully the Moto G2. With the launch of the Android One in the coming week, we feel that Micromax will be well placed, sort of trying to regain their value and their voice share in the market space, especially under the 10,000 as well as above the 10,000 price bracket, which has recently been attacked by a lot of rivals. Check out the full details, camera samples, and pictures of the new Micromax Canvas Nitro on iGyaan.in. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaan TV. For iGyaan Network,